In the first 7 minutes on ABC 17 News at 10, an investigation is underway after a Fulton Public School employee is suspected of inappropriately communicating with a student. Tonight, I'm taking a closer look at the district's policies.
And in a story you'll only hear on ABC 17 News, we are following up after a 6-year-old girl is left alone on a Columbia school bus for hours. We talked to the child's mother. Hear what she has to say.
And we have some mild weather as we head into the weekend, but some slight changes as we go from Saturday to Sunday. I'll show you all the changes coming up in the first 7 minutes.
ABC 17 News at 10 on KMIZ starts now.
Right now, an investigation is underway after a Fulton Public School teacher is accused of having inappropriate electronic contact with a student. Thanks for joining us. I'm Joey Parker.
And I'm Marissa Holloway. ABC 17's Taylor Petras has been in Fulton tonight, reaching out to district leaders about their communication policies. She joins us now live from outside of Fulton High School.
And Taylor, what's the latest we know about this case?
Well, Joey, Marissa, I spoke with Fulton Police Chief Steve Myers on the phone this evening. He tells me this investigation into this alleged inappropriate communication started just this afternoon. We're still working to confirm some details, but here's what we do know so far. Chief Myers says the investigation involves inappropriate communication between the male high school teacher and a female high school student on Snapchat. In an email to parents, the high school principal says no physical contact between the teacher and student has been determined at this time. Now, I looked through Fulton School's electronic communication policy. It says school staff can communicate electronically with students for educational purposes through a district-approved device. If that device is not available, teachers have to go to their supervisors to talk with students on their personal numbers or websites. Again, it has to be for educational purposes. District staff members who violate the policies could be fired or reported to Children's Division and could possibly lose their teaching license. Chief Myers says they'll be interviewing several people during this investigation. He says right now the teacher is not in custody. Reporting live outside Fulton High School tonight, Taylor Petras, ABC 17 News.
A Columbia woman wants to share the story of a school bus misadventure, so the same doesn't happen to her or other parents or other children.
ABC 17's Lucas Geisler joins us now live in our newsroom with a story you'll only see on ABC 17 News. Now, Lucas, the woman's daughter was left on a school bus for a couple of hours.
Marissa and Joey, Andrea Austin's daughter, fell asleep on her bus on the way to Benton Elementary School and woke up later in a much different spot. Andrea Austin drops off her daughter, 6-year-old Akira Woods, at Treetop Daycare to wait for the school bus while she heads to nursing school in the morning. But an incident this week has Austin reconsidering that system.
We're going to take it a day at a time.
Akira, a first grader, rides the bus from the Learning Center on Rangeline to Benton Elementary School. And every day, Akira's bus would drop her off around 7:30 here at Benton Elementary. But on Wednesday, Akira fell asleep on the bus and didn't wake up at elementary school. She instead woke up here in the Hardee's parking lot on Whitegate Drive with her bus driver apparently nowhere in sight. So Akira walked down Whitegate Drive nearly to the end when she stopped at this house. Perry Morgan tells me he found the child, a child he had never met, crying on his doorstep.
And I said, well, why did you get off the bus? Why didn't you wait for the bus driver? She said, well, I waited a long time, but people kept walking past looking at me, and I thought they was going to take me.
Austin says the bus company Student Transportation of America called to say the driver had failed to walk through the bus after the stop, but CPS never called her. She now has a message for parents and children who may end up in a similar situation.
Let them know that if they ever get in a situation like that, or they're ever lost, that it's always best to go into a business and ask for help.
Perry Morgan, he didn't speak to me on camera, but did tell me that he called CPS whenever Akira showed up at his doorstep. I have tried multiple times to get a hold of both Student Transportation of America and CPS in regards to this story. So far, we have not heard back. Reporting live in the newsroom, Lucas Geisler, ABC 17 News.
Thank you, Lucas. Austin says STA promised a new driver will do that route on Monday with a chaperone.
Well, the weekend's here, and we are looking at some good weather to get outdoors this weekend. Kind of like today, we had those warm temperatures today. We hit 70 degrees today in many areas, and tomorrow we will hit 70, but the better chance of that is going to be in our southern counties. We are looking at a 64, anywhere from 64 to 70 tomorrow. Pretty nice day, but a lot of clouds and a slight chance of rain. And then as we head into Sunday, it's going to be cooler and breezy. We're looking at Sunday to be kind of a uneventful day weather-wise, though. We'll see sunshine and we'll see those cooler temperatures, but still a nice day to get outdoors. The out-the-door forecast for tomorrow. If you're heading outside, you won't even need the coats in the morning, maybe a sweater or light jacket at best. 9 o'clock, 53 degrees. What a good day to run errands. We only have very slight chances of spotty drizzle or perhaps a light shower tomorrow, and temperatures make it into the 60s very quickly tomorrow. So we'll have mild weather all day long and very light winds for your Saturday. These are the forecast highs. Notice the difference here from 62 at Moberly to 72 at the Lake of the Ozarks. In between, low to mid 60s right along Interstate 70 tomorrow. And again, those lighter winds. Now, we are going to have a lot of clouds. Clouds increase tomorrow. We'll see those and even some spot showers or perhaps some drizzle. Doesn't look like very much. Best chances north of Highway 50 into the afternoon hours. And then we'll see those clouds clearing out Saturday night, as we'll see a cold front pushing through. Sunday looks like a sunnier day, and it'll be a little bit cooler and breezy with Sunday's high temperatures in the 40s to near 50s. So not a bad weekend at all. Next week, there's no rain in the forecast, so it looks dry and seasonal.
Thank you, Sharon. A Jefferson City resident is put out of his home tonight after the city had to step in to remove hundreds of piled up trash bags and waste. We have a video from a neighbor. Take a look at this. Crews had to use a small backhoe last week to even get into the home on the 800 block of East High Street. ABC 17's Lindsay Burning joins us now live from there. And Lindsay, the city had to condemn and board up the home.
Yes, Marissa, here you can see the city has boarded up the entire entrance as well as the windows to the home. The housing and property inspector tells me the trash was so rotten on the inside that it also rotted through the floors, making it unsafe for anyone to enter the home. This home off East High Street may look empty now, but just last week, crews had to use machinery to remove piles of trash and waste stacked to the very top of the front door.
It was actually pushing the doors and the windows off the frame of the house. And in the backyard, it was approximately 4 foot deep with trash.
Next door neighbors say they noticed a stench and believe the trash even attracted pests to their own homes.
The rodents and roaches maybe coming from there, and then it was so piled up in the back, the fence in the back was actually kind of bent.
Dave Hemlick says the city received a citizen complaint and talked to the owner, ordering him to remove the trash. When he failed, the city stepped in and hired an outside contractor to clean up what was not only a safety hazard to the resident, but neighbors as well.
The bags would break open, and now you have hazardous waste out there, and there's kids in the neighborhood, there's people around. And it's just really not safe for anyone.
Hemlick says trash violates city code when it's stacked up outside, attracts pests, or blocks a path out of the home. He says it happens more often than you might think.
If somebody goes to a place like that and they have any concerns, the best thing to do is just let us know, and then that way we can look into it and address it before it gets to the level of some of these structures.
Helmick tells me the homeowner won't face any criminal charges or fines, but the city did place a tax lien on the home to pay for some of those fees to clean up the property. Reporting live in Jefferson City, Lindsay Burning, ABC 17 News.
Thank you, Lindsay. The city also worked with the Cole County Health Department to assist the owner and help him find a new place to stay.
Tonight, a Boone County husband and wife face possible burglary charges after their arrest at a Columbia hotel. 28-year-old Raymond Scharf and 33-year-old Rhonda Scharf were arrested at the Budget Host Inn off Vandiver shortly after 7 this morning. Deputies say they found a large amount of stolen property in the couple's room. They say is from at least 3 Boone County burglaries. At last check, formal charges hadn't been filed. New developments tonight as a Columbia man is charged after he's accused of damaging the Boone County Jail. Deputies say Doris Smith broke off a fire suppression nozzle inside his jail cell. He's also accused of covering the camera and window with excrement. The cost of the damage done to the cell hasn't been released. You'll also recall Smith is accused of a weekend robbery at Mosier's on the Business Loop. He was arrested after a short chase that ended near the Dollar General on Vandiver.
Just ahead on ABC 17 News at 10, where the news comes first.
An investigation is underway after human remains are found in Cole County. We'll tell you who authorities believe they belong to coming up.
Plus, around 50 acres are destroyed by a fire near Columbia. Hear why firefighters are advising people to avoid burning outside. That's coming up next.
Dry and windy conditions like we had today keep Mid-Missouri firefighters busy during the winter months. Today, Boone County firefighters were on the scene of a 50-acre fire for about 2 hours. Tonight, they're advising us to avoid burning outside for the next couple months.
That's the sound of a dry, mild Mid-Missouri winter.
The conditions out here right now are not good for burning.
Add in some gusty winds, and firefighters could be busy until we see some green on the ground.
Between now and April, we could run multiple grass fires.
Today, the Boone County Fire Protection District was called to the 11,000 block of I-70 Drive Northeast for an outside fire. Assistant Chief Gail Blomenkamp says the fire started as a controlled burn, but quickly got out of control and burned about 50 acres.
The wind is driving that fire at a faster rate of spread than it normally would. And so that's where we get into trouble, and that's where people really underestimate the power and how fast a fire can move.
Blomenkamp is advising residents to try to avoid burning outside from now through the month of April.
The fuel is very dry, so the fire can spread very quickly. Just wait till we get some moisture, then you can go out and burn your stuff. But we would just discourage it.
ABC 17 News is working to confirm more details about a Jefferson City fire. It happened this afternoon at an apartment complex in the 500 block of Senate Court. Firefighters say a person living inside an upper unit was able to make it out safely. Investigators believe the fire started on the deck, but they've not actually determined exactly what started it. The damage, though, is estimated to be at more than $75,000. We now know who died in a house fire this morning in Higbee.
The Randolph County Sheriff's Office says 61-year-old Daniel Faddis died in the fire off of County Road 2445. Investigators say there doesn't appear to be anything suspicious about the fire. An official cause won't be released until the fire marshal is done investigating, though. And a fire causes thousands of dollars of damage to a home in Cole County today. It happened around 1 o'clock this morning in Mocaine, that's northeast of Jefferson City. Investigators say a man was inside but was able to get out safely. The home, though, as you can see, total loss. A nearby home caught fire. Crews say damage there will cost around $5,000.
Today, crews in Cole County also find human remains where a home burned down more than 3 months ago. Anthropology students were searching the area near the home after 59-year-old Glenn Ford went missing during the fire. Investigators say there are no signs of foul play. A DNA test is underway to confirm the remains belong to Ford.
Well, we didn't break a record, but we did hit 70 degrees today, and more of that's on the way for tomorrow. We'll hit 70 in some parts of mid-Missouri. I'll show you the changing temperatures as we head into Sunday, the rain chance, and look to next week coming up. Well, we have not had any consistent temperatures this month. Since the 1st of February, we've had ups and downs in our temperatures, especially this drastic change from the last 2 days to today, as we've seen those temperatures going up some 48 degrees in places. So it's really been warm here, and we are going to see those temperatures leveling off a bit. Next week, not quite as drastic. We are looking at 64 Saturday. In fact, some places touching 70 tomorrow. And then Sunday we cool down a little bit, and then we hover right above average in the mid to upper 40s next week. We are dry. Since February, even from January, we haven't seen much precipitation this winter. In fact, we have abnormally dry conditions across much of the state with a moderate drought just north of Interstate 70. So as we showed you in our story earlier, it's not a good time of year to be doing any outdoor burning, especially on these windy days like we had today. Outside now, it is mild out there. It's beautiful. 57 at Columbia BMW KFMW of Columbia. Window World camera picking up 62 right now. We do have a chance of a few showers or some drizzle tomorrow. Not a lot of precipitation in this green areas where we have the best chance. And if we see that, it will be very hit and miss tomorrow. So a lot of areas are going to stay dry, and you'll have those warm temperatures to get outdoors. But don't expect much sunshine tomorrow. We'll see that sun return Sunday. You can see on the temperatures in the morning tomorrow, already mild at 8 o'clock for your Saturday. 40s and 50s to start the day. Those temperatures quickly rise, and we hit by 2 in the afternoon, close to 60 at Moberly, 65 Boonville and Jefferson City, and 70 at 2 in the afternoon at Camdenton. So pretty warm tomorrow with those south winds. There's the wind shift. We have a cold front coming in tomorrow night, and with that, cooler air will move in. It'll still be mild tomorrow evening, but Sunday's a little colder to start the day. Upper 30s, low 40s Sunday morning. The breeze picks up a bit. We're dry Sunday, and look at these afternoon temperatures in the 40s to near 50 during the day. But all in all, it doesn't look like a bad Sunday at all. Next week, we level off, as I showed you on that graph. Not a lot of temperature change next week. Clouds in and out of our sky, cold nights, and cool days.
Ooh, sounds good. Thanks, Sharon.
Missouri State Highway Patrol announces a new initiative for a mid-Missouri highway.
Find out how the patrol is working to make Highway 124 more safe. That's coming up.
In an ABC 17 News traffic alert, the Missouri State Highway Patrol is upping enforcement a bit on Highway 124 in Boone County.
4 people were killed in traffic crashes on Highway 124 last year. Now troopers are rolling out new initiatives to make sure everyone makes it home. They have signs bookending Highway 124 warning drivers to slow down and will have increased patrols.
A lot of these stops will be low discretion stops. We've really increased that awareness with the speed trailer and the signs from MoDOT, and now it's time to take enforcement action.
The Highway Patrol is also using aircraft to work with troopers on the ground. We have an update now to a crash we first told you about as breaking news last night. The family involved in a crash northeast of Columbia says they have now found their dog. This is good news. The pooch named Brutus went missing last night after the vehicle he was in rolled over on Brown Station Road near Route B. The family says he's expected to be okay.
The University of Missouri System Board of Curators meets for a second day in a row in Columbia. Board members continue to focus on 3 topics: budget, diversity, and increasing enrollment. System Interim President Mike Middleton says students shouldn't really worry much about an increase in tuition. 3 new curators are being appointed by Governor Greitens.
Southern Boone state-ranked basketball teams were in action tonight for another doubleheader.
One of the Eagles' state title contenders is looking to bounce back after getting upset last night. Sports Director Austin Kim is next.
Sports Zone starts now. Driven by Toyota.
Plenty of high school hoops to get to as districts loom. Hickman makes its second trip to Jeff City this week. The Cupies lost in overtime to the Jefferson City Jays on Tuesday, and now they face state-ranked Helias at Rackers Fieldhouse. But the attention was on this man, Landon Harrison, 2 points shy of 1,000 in front of the Rackers Rowdies. What a lit atmosphere it is. Lit, that's what the kids use. Chase Thomas lit from behind the arc. Hickman got out to a 5-point lead early. Later, Harrison at the free throw line knocks down his 2 attempts to get 1,000 career points. It was anticlimactic, but nonetheless, he gets the honor during a Helias timeout. Congrats to Lando. All right, second quarter. Hickman not intimidated by the 8th-ranked team in the state. Isaiah Irwin puts it through 16-13 Cupies. But later, Dalton Weaver, a desperate heave to Nick Brandt, who keeps his cool. Staters use a big second half to roll over Hickman, 72-49. Rockbridge taking on East out of Kansas City. Boy, y'all got to see this play. This was just stupid fun from Easton Wiley. That alley-oop, if you missed it somehow, take another look at it again. That is ups. You know, I tweeted at Wiley during our 9 o'clock show, and he's like, I got snipers all around me whenever I'm in the highlights, and we're going to show you some of those snipers that he's got. Justin Hagesack from 3. Yes, sir. Bruins lead 23-2. And then Jamana Black, another distance shot. Boy, those Bruins can be dangerous from behind the arc. Rockbridge wins 71-15. Battle hosting Jeff City tonight. Very athletic game in this one. Boy, Kamari Bolton, he's a superstar. Great finish here. one of the smoothest finishers in the state. And then Bolton again, elevating. He broke out for this one and made it a 46-45 ball game. But the night belonged to Trey Meny. One of his 5 threes, he scored a game-high 26 points. My friend Steve certainly impressed with Trey Meny. Fourth quarter, Daviante Ostrander. Oh, wow. What a feed to Malik Johnson, and Battle is a winner over Jeff City. Hallsville hosting Southern Boone on the Indians court, warming packed house today. First quarter, Sam Sticknote driving baseline. Gets the layup to go. Eagles out to an early lead. Now my boy Andrew Kaufman told me to put this in. And look at this kid from Hallsville. It's like the ginger Jimi Hendrix jamming out here. Wow. Speaking of wow, that's Ethan Thompson with the nice finish. Hallsville takes the lead. Later, Garrett Goodnight adjusts midair, gets the layup to fall. Eagles win 67-65 in OT. Lady Indians hosting Southern Boone in the first quarter. Kylie Shute, one of the best basketball names ever, coming up with the steal, laying this one in. Eagles up 26-12 at halftime. In the third quarter, Marlene Kilpack. What a finish up there from the sophomore. But Southern Boone just too much. Skylar Beeson, the two goes. It's 53-31 in favor of Southern Boone, and the Eagles win this one. All right, to the scoreboard now. Boonville boys take down Marshall 87-72. Riley Lang had a career-high 46 points. That sets a new record for Boonville. Elsewhere, North Galloway down Silex 48-25, and Moberly is a big-time winner over Hannibal 73-53. And now, my friends, is a look at sports. ABC 17 Storm Track Chief Meteorologist Sharon Ray will be right back with your forecast.
We have some great weather in store tomorrow, whether you're going golfing or if you're just heading out for a walk. Looks nice. 64 degrees tomorrow to 50. A little cooler Sunday, but not bad. Break out the barbecue grills this weekend. Looks nice. We cool down a little next week. It's mainly dry, and we'll have an updated forecast starting tomorrow at 6 with forecaster Emily Klaus.
All right, Sharon, thanks.
Have a great night.
Kimmel's next.